Well, we're very much going to be set up and structured as a play-based center. And I think, in past experiences where I've taught, and I know where Teresa's taught too, the worksheets are kind of out the window here. Kids learn best through play and experiences and hands-on learning. So that's what we want to create. We want to create that culture here at Seeds of Joy. And through lots of research on, my part and Teresa's part, that's keeping current with the best practices of the day. And we talk to, we're not sort of an isolated thing here. We talk to many other educators every day, and we listen to podcasts and we take classes. We're required to, and at the same time we want to. So we want to keep up with the latest research, and that's what the research says. Play is the way to go. We were debating the other day, do we start with a Carline drop off, or do we invite parents in? My preference is to invite parents in. I want parents to be able to come and see the space and be as comfortable as their children are. I want them to share in their children's joy when coming in and saying good morning every day and saying goodbye and getting that closure of leaving. I don't want to rush kids out of the car. Not during COVID, that was what the protocol was, but I think in the fall we'll be a little more flexible with establishing our own way of doing a drop off. Whether that's, I really do hope it's coming in and spending a second with your kid to say goodbye and helping to drop off their stuff.
I always try to do in my classroom is have parents sign up to read to the kids. Mm-hmm. Because parents love to see their children in the environment of the school, because they leave them for 2.5, even if it's just 2.5 hours or 5 hours. They don't know what they're doing when they're not with them. So mm-hmm. It's nice for them to come in and see the classroom, see their friends that the kids talk about all the time.
Yeah, and I think it's important to communicate with parents, on a regular basis, like we always did a newsletter, the little newsletter that comes home.
And parent involvement is huge. I mean, we were both parents of many kids.
Right.
And I found that my kids were the most successful when they were in a classroom with a teacher and I saw things as a team. We worked together to get things done. Whether it be a positive or a negative, we would address the problem or issue together. Mm-hmm. And that's where success is for your child.
We've actually talked a lot about that in our, I have an advisory board that I report to, and we meet every month. And one of the things that we've talked about is what does it mean to be a Christian nursery school? And I myself attend this church and I'm a Christian, and with little children you have to talk to them about God and Jesus in a way that they can relate to. I definitely don't think that it's impactful to study Bible verses or force them to learn about actions or things and themes in the Bible that just don't make sense to them at this point. So the way that I envision us sharing the Christian message with the kids is talking to them about how Jesus loves them and how Jesus loves their family and wants to be friends with them and wants to be accessible through prayer and teaching kids how to pray and definitely weaving themes of Christianity into our daily routines, praying before we eat, meeting with Pastor Ryan who is our pastor here,
comfortable with the sanctuary and
yes.
the church.
Yep.
And seen as a place that they want to go to.
But we have this beautiful space, and we have this we have this great team of people who are invested in working with the kids to, come to know God and come to be, comfortable with talking to Him. And I think that's, on a level that kids can relate to. That's what our goal is.
And first Friday of Ambler, we're out there with the table, and there were many people who came up that had kids that had gone through the school before, when there was a nursery school here before, and they were saying how much it's missed within the town, and that it was very important to them to bring kids back into the center of Ambler and have them coming in and being comfortable walking up and down the street, and young families coming in and out of the businesses. Mm-hmm. And we've reached out to several businesses on the main street and asked them to put out information about the nursery school, and they're very excited to help, and they're very excited that there will be people coming in and out of their businesses as well.
You know, it's like a mutual kind of marketing, especially with the businesses just in the like block radius of us. We've kind of partnered with them. We give little welcome bags when students come to our playgroup, and you know, one of the things that we are happy to give out was across the street there's a smoothie place. You know, these new businesses are cropping up everywhere now that COVID's kind of run its course, hopefully. But we had a partnership with them where they would give a free smoothie to a child if you bought an adult one. So you know, just different things we can do to partner with local businesses, and I think everybody in Ambler, you know, is a unique community where everybody supports each other, and there's businesses trying to grow in here just like us. So everybody kind of has a mutual experience with starting something from scratch, and it's nice to be able to talk to people that are kind of in the same position as us, and there's a real sense of community down here. You know, I envision definitely having a couple of sections of 2s and 3s and 4s, and you know, I really hope that our school at that point has great word of mouth and has impacted the community in a meaningful way. We are a mission of our church, and we hope to serve all types of families, you know, families who have easy access to education and families that don't necessarily have access to easily to education. And we want the message out there that we accept all families of any religion, any background. And I hope that someday we can be a diverse population here at school and have students that, you know, go on to attend WSECN or any private school in the area. I just hope that we can have the same reputation or better than all of the wonderful schools that surround us here in Ambler. So there's a couple avenues when it comes to financial aid. First, we provide, as a church, we have a missions committee that will evaluate an application form and look at assets and liabilities, and then, you know, they'll take that and evaluate that and determine what type of assistance. Now it will be tuition assistance primarily. We also are going to be licensed and certified by the state of Pennsylvania through Department of Human Services. So in addition to our own private assistance from the church, families will be able to apply for state-issued assistance, and that's available through the Early Learning Resource Center. And we have one that's assigned to our area in Southeast PA in Norristown. And families can be hooked up with them and apply also through the state for tuition assistance there.